Have you ever felt a moment when everything you thought you knew about yourself and life itself just didn't make sense anymore? As if suddenly a crack appears in the structure of your reality, letting in a light you didn't even know was there. This isn't just any experience. It's a glimpse into something deeper, an invitation into a journey that shakes the very foundation of who you are. They call it a spiritual awakening, but don't be misled by the simplicity of the term. This isn't a straight path or a step-by-step guide to enlightenment. No, it's far more complex, more mysterious, and infinitely personal, like the spiral twists of your own DNA. Each of us walks this path in our own way. Some may feel like they're on a fast track, skipping steps, diving into sudden transformations. Others experience it as a looping journey, cycling through stages, each turn bringing new revelations or challenges. But while the paths vary, there are universal stages that nearly everyone encounters along the way. Today, we'll explore these 5 stages of spiritual awakening, each one with its own trials and profound insights, each a doorway to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The journey begins in a realm we're all too familiar with, the realm of the ego. At this first stage, we are entangled within the web of our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. This isn't simply feeling pride or self-importance. It's a level of identity so deeply embedded that we can hardly distinguish where we end and our opinions or fears begin. In this state, we are dominated by reaction. Our days are filled with defensive thoughts, angry responses, or a constant undercurrent of dissatisfaction. Life feels like it's happening to us, not because of us. Here, trauma and struggle only tighten the grip of the ego, reinforcing a belief that life is an inevitable series of events we can barely control. And because we're trapped in this inner narrative, we struggle to see others clearly. Every interaction, every judgment, is filtered through the lens of our experiences and projections. We don't truly see others. Instead, we see reflections of our own assumptions and fears. This unconscious state keeps us locked in a dance of misunderstandings, leaving us feeling isolated and disconnected from others. Yet, this very entrapment is often the first awakening call, an uncomfortable realization that life as we've known it is painfully limited. This dawning discomfort can lead us to the next powerful stage, what mystics call ego death. Now don't be alarmed. This isn't the end of life, but rather the beginning of a more authentic one. Ego death is the breakdown of the very labels and boundaries that have defined us for so long. Here, we start questioning the identities we've built around ourselves. Our gender, age, race, beliefs, and even the smallest opinions we hold dear. Bit by bit, these fragments of self-image crumble, revealing a vast space where I no longer feels solid, where the person we thought we were begins to dissolve. In this stage, a kind of mental and emotional dismantling occurs. We confront the reality that much of our identity was just a fragile construct, a mask pieced together over time. And while this process can feel unsettling, even terrifying at times, it's also profoundly liberating. Because on the other side of ego death lies something precious, a connection to a self that is boundless, unconfined by the roles and judgments that once seemed so crucial. Stay with me as we dive deeper into this journey. Each stage unravels a layer of illusion, drawing us closer to a truth that lies beyond the surface of everyday life. A truth that just might change everything. Beyond the illusion, uncovering the true self in the quest for spiritual truth. What if everything you've ever believed about yourself, the identity, the beliefs, even the sense of I, was all just an illusion? The very fabric of our lives, the inner stories we cling to, suddenly revealed as fleeting constructs. This is the reality we face as we move beyond the stage of ego death, stepping into a profound emptiness, a place where all the definitions we've built around self start to dissolve. At this stage, a new awareness dawns. Without the veil of ego, a quieter, more detached observer emerges. This observer self is unlike anything experienced before, an inner witness who sees life without being tangled in the narratives and drama of the ego. In the unconscious phase, this part of us was hidden, blurred beneath the layers of identity we thought were real. But now, as the ego fades, the observer comes forward with startling clarity. As Sadhguru expresses in Life and Death in One Breath, true awareness arises only when we are willing to see through the illusions that have bound us, to confront the compulsions of our existence without adding layers of personal identity to them. As we walk this path, we realize the ego is no longer the true self. Instead, it becomes clear that the ego is just a construct, a mask fashioned from societal expectations, past experiences, and learned behaviors. Each of us is molded by countless influences, but these aren't who we truly are. Imagine you've been playing a role your entire life, a role assigned by others, by culture, by personal history. And now, at this moment, you're finally letting go, stepping off the stage and observing life from a deeper, more detached place. This newfound awareness opens up a vast space within. It's like a doorway has been unlocked, inviting us into the deeper dimensions of self. But this isn't just about knowing in an intellectual sense. It's a shift in experience. We begin to see ourselves as more than just a collection of thoughts, emotions, or body. Here, in this expanded awareness, the very nature of reality feels different. It's as if the walls of our inner prison crumble, leaving us in a limitless space of pure potential. In Sadhguru's words from Mystic's Musings, the journey to self-awareness is about recognizing that our attachments, our concepts, are fragile support systems. By stepping back and observing, we loosen their grip on us, allowing a more profound freedom to surface. Now, propelled by this glimpse of something beyond the ego, we enter the phase of seeking, a journey driven by a deep inner urge for truth. This quest isn't about collecting spiritual knowledge or performing rituals. It's a raw, unfiltered yearning to understand who we are, why we exist, and what lies beyond the limitations of life as we know it. Suddenly, spiritual teachers, books, and practices become appealing, not because we're trying to gather information, but because we feel an almost desperate need to grasp the essence of existence itself. During this search, existential questions rise to the forefront. What is the nature of life? Why are we here? And is there something beyond this life, a higher consciousness that connects everything? Each question intensifies the urge to look beyond the surface, beyond the intellectual, to something deeper. In Adiyogi, the source of yoga, Sadhguru emphasizes that the journey inward requires courage and receptivity. He describes the process as embracing the profound realization that life itself is a continuum of energy, an unfolding mystery that transcends intellectual understanding. At this stage, spiritual practices become more than mere habits. They're doorways to another realm of experience. Through meditation, contemplation, or simply being in silence, one begins to feel connected to something greater, a higher understanding that can't be articulated in words. There's a profound beauty in surrendering to this unknown, in letting go of the need for explanations and instead experiencing life's boundless nature. In this journey, we start to recognize that the answers we seek don't lie outside of us, but within. Each step forward reveals more layers of illusion, allowing us to shed old beliefs and limiting perceptions. Here, in the quiet depths of self, the true nature of reality begins to emerge, not as something we can logically grasp, but as an experiential truth that transcends words, concepts, and definitions. And thus, the search continues, moving ever deeper into the mystery of existence. Imagine looking in the mirror, and for the first time, seeing beyond the surface, glimpsing something raw, unfiltered, and undeniably real. A version of yourself that is not defined by roles or masks. This stage of spiritual awakening is when the desire for authenticity outweighs the need for social approval. The carefully constructed facades begin to crumble, unveiling the true self that has been concealed beneath layers of conditioning and expectations. The journey toward discovering your authentic self feels like peeling away layers of an onion. Each layer represents a belief, habit, or expectation that society, family, or even you have placed upon yourself. As each layer falls away, there's a profound sense of lightness, of reconnecting with who you truly are, a self that existed long before the world imposed its standards. This isn't merely a nostalgic return to innocence. It's a bold step into the unknown, into a space where true identity exists, free from the narratives we've constructed about ourselves. In this phase, you can no longer tolerate pretending to be someone you're not. Relationships, jobs, or even dreams that no longer resonate begin to fade, creating space for pursuits that genuinely align with your evolving purpose. Although it can feel unsettling to leave behind what's familiar, within this discomfort lies freedom. A freedom to live a life that reflects your deepest values rather than the expectations of others. This discomfort, as Sadhguru explains in Adiyogi, the source of yoga, is a byproduct of breaking down the concrete walls of the ego that imprison us. Only when these walls begin to crumble can we allow for true spiritual expansion. This stage of authenticity isn't simply about external changes, it's a deep internal transformation. Old emotional wounds and traumas may resurface, not to haunt, but to be acknowledged and released. Each layer of pain or past hurt that is faced lifts a weight from you. You are no longer carrying these burdens forward. Instead, you're freeing yourself from them. This process may feel like an emotional roller coaster, marked by intense shifts and profound release. In Life and Death in One Breath, Sadhguru emphasizes that this purging is essential because it allows us to make room for new energy and a fresh self to emerge. During this phase, life often prompts us to make significant changes, changing careers, leaving unfulfilling relationships, or even moving to new environments. These shifts aren't superficial. They are manifestations of inner alignment, outward reflections of the transformation happening within. And as you let go of aspects that no longer serve you, you experience a surge of new energy and freedom. It's as if the chains have been unlocked, allowing you to explore the full potential of your being. Experiences that once felt painful or confusing now offer clarity and depth. In this stage, you learn to trust the silent, intuitive wisdom within, the voice that has always been there but was overshadowed by noise and expectations. You begin to see the world with fresh eyes, not as a place of limitation, but as an open field of possibilities where you are free to express the fullness of your essence. As Carl Jung beautifully put it, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. This journey to authenticity is not just self-discovery. It's a homecoming, a return to a state of wholeness and inner freedom. This transformation is both exhilarating and grounding. When the facades are stripped away, you are left with nothing but the truth of who you are, unbound, unshackled, and utterly real. In this place, life flows with ease, relationships deepen, and purpose becomes clear. This journey isn't about adding more to who you are. It's about shedding all that you are not. It's about reclaiming your life, your truth, and living from a place of profound authenticity. Embracing the infinite connection. Living in alignment with self and existence. Imagine a life where you're not just at peace within yourself, but also attuned to everything around you. Where every breath feels like a conversation with existence itself, and every heartbeat echoes with the rhythm of the universe. This is the final stage of spiritual awakening, the point where life unfolds in pure harmony, where self, soul, mind, and body align seamlessly, creating a profound connection that goes beyond mere understanding. Here, It's not about concepts or beliefs, but about living in tune with the deeper flow of existence. This phase isn't just about embracing our authentic self, as we explored earlier. It's about expanding that authenticity outward until it touches all aspects of life. At this stage, there's a compassionate acceptance, not only of our own limitations, but of the imperfections in everyone and everything around us. Sadhguru often speaks of this as the embrace of life in all its duality, where both light and shadow play their part in the tapestry of our being about cynicism or rejection of the world's flaws, but a deeper, more understanding awareness that even the darker aspects contribute to the richness of the human experience. In this state, there's no need to pretend or conform. Instead, self-compassion becomes your guide. It's a nurturing quality where you become your own support, the comforting voice you may have longed for in the past. You become a gentle parent to yourself, cultivating unconditional self-love. And this love doesn't stop with you. It naturally overflows into your relationships with others. This stage is about seeing the journey of every person around you with the same understanding and compassion you've extended to yourself. You recognize that each person is navigating their own path, carrying their own set of experiences, joys, and pains. As Sadhguru puts it, we learn to see that every being is doing the best they can, given their level of awareness. This aren't confined to human connections. It extends beyond to a sense of interconnectedness with the natural world, the trees, animals, rivers, mountains, and even the air we breathe. In this stage, nature is no longer something out there. It's part of you, and you are part of it. This isn't just an intellectual realization. It becomes a lived experience. You feel the life around you as intimately as you feel your own breath. As expressed in life and death in one breath, the deeper we connect to this unity, the more we recognize the invisible threads that tie every form of life together. This is the heart of what it means to live in alignment. This harmonious also brings a new perspective on the darker parts of life. Embracing alignment isn't about denying hardship, loss, or struggle. It's about holding these experiences within a larger, compassionate awareness. Just as night complements day, these challenges enrich our journey, adding depth to our growth and wisdom. In this state of alignment, there's an understanding that both light and dark are vital parts of the whole, each contributing to the richness of life. It's a holistic view that finds beauty in all aspects of existence, knowing that every facet has its place and purpose. Living in alignment brings a peace that transcends circumstance. It's a peace that doesn't demand perfect conditions, but instead grows from within, rooted in acceptance and unity with all that is. In this state, life feels expansive and free. You're no longer bound by rigid definitions or external expectations. Instead, there's an openness, a willingness to move with life's natural flow. You're not separate from the world. You're intimately connected with it, moving as one. This journey of awakening ultimately leads to a place where every action, every thought, and every feeling resonates with a sense of belonging to something infinitely larger. It's a life lived not in pursuit of happiness, but in the expression of a deep, unshakable joy. A joy that naturally extends itself to all beings. This is alignment, a state where we transcend our limitations, dissolving into a harmonious existence with everything around us. Thank you for joining us on this journey of self-discovery and alignment. If any part of this resonates with you, share this video with someone who would love it. Every share, every like, and every comment supports us in bringing these insights to more people. Thank you for being a part of this community, and may your journey be filled with clarity, compassion, and boundless connection. Stay blessed and keep evolving.